Rippy over here at the Antique Mall. Inside beautiful Harmony. Want to attempt to cover this row 5 wing off of wing number 1 quickly, which would take an hour by itself. And then the world's largest antique mall. If you walked around here for 5 or 6 hours, you wouldn't even hardly see anything. You just walk the place. I don't know. Vintage 1980, never ridden. Just phenomenal. Like an antique store by itself. Don't ask me. That looks like an old gas boy pump that someone's and it is. And part of the gas boy has that trim that goes there, and that trim by itself is, yeah, not even the pump. So it kind of looks, it sure looks original, doesn't it? That data plate. I'm not sure if somebody's repopping them or not. But that's what the farmers had. We had, because you didn't need the money. You just need to know how many gallons you put in your semi. Yeah, and this one's a clear up to $1,895, and then it has a smaller globe, and it's just kind of a kid size. And that's what, when I was a kid, that's what I would run. Never thought a lot of it. And had a different pump for the diesel. So we're going to stick to the right in this video. We're going to just really move down through here. Wing number 5, part of the high antique mall. My videos are getting too long. That looks familiar for some reason. I don't know. It's a 400 half round. That's all it says. Oh, I thought it had a mirror in it, but no. It looks like it's from a church. That's where. That's some nice Western wear here at $50. Very small. Possibly kids. But that's what they want the costume for. That reminds me of what my aunt had, something like that. Nice make. She's really proud of that. Should have been too, I suppose. That's what the women had. That's what they aspired to have back in the day, right there. 2 of them. Not sure. It's all hardback stuff. Medical department, military, more military, Valley Drive, and that would be, okay, Newark, Ohio, which became huge industrial at one time and then died after Kennedy time. And so now Intel's thinking about moving in over there by New Albany. But there's tons of people from Newark that fled over to anywhere that was doing something. They didn't know what to do. All the factories closed. Nice wooden radio. Did $125 and some sporting goods. It has whoever you wrote your name on it when you had it. The black marker. Just a whole rack full of military fatigues and whatnot back here. Army surplus. Some dining room. The ice box. your bottle of wine in there, I guess. Servers and trays and crazy looking clock. You know, wonder what kind of price range something like that is. 5 1/4. 19th century. Providential monitor. South Carolina. My grandfather clock. With a wooden cover for the weights, and it's at 7,250. Oh my goodness. I would have never guessed that on that. And you know, it looks different too. Because you can get into a hell of a clock for 750, not 7. Let's look at the price again. 7,250. Incredible. Now that is from a church there. Stuff people brought home from church. So this, we've seen one of these at the bike show, and it was at that price, and we saw a guy buy it, and it had a little better license plate, but that's what those are bringing over here. I mean, I've seen them moving. It is pretty cool, I guess, but some petrol, whatever. Yeah, $475, not for the car, for the lead, the front. No, that's the front. That's probably, you know, if you know your Volkswagens, that's not that old. Really, I mean, what's this thing? A big heavy glass mailbox for $180. $50 on the pump. Yeah, digging the old produce. It looks familiar though. I think those might be mass produced. It says vintage. It surely is distressed. There's a cool radio. Yeah, everything's cool in here. Wow. But I'm gonna say that these signs are repops. That's why they're, you know, they're not 1,000. They can claim whatever they want on used stuff, but you know, I'm not gonna believe you if you need to know. I think this guy here might have been one of them con men. He was in the middle of a lot of trouble. Then he ended up selling John Deere tractors and their car salesmen after they retire from the Buckeyes, and selling insurance and bogus healthcare plans. Or they raised a bunch of money for his wife's cancer one time. They just go from town to town with their thing. That's Archie Griffin was on our TV last night because he played for the Bengals for a while, and he might still work for. Now we saw one of these in the other row from the slaughterhouse. $125 on this one. It says it's a broom holder, and then but I mean Archie's milked the highest state for everything that he get from it. And one of his houses around here is, because he had a speeding ticket in Springfield, but he said he played for the the Bengals are in the Super Bowl, and he was talking about how he was instrumental somehow in the Bengals back in the day, and dream on. His brother Ray was a better football player than Archie, and Archie won the Heisman twice, and they won't tell you, but Archie, he's the only man to ever do that. He should have never got it, and because he was too small, and when he went to pros, he couldn't do anything. He was the worst professional player that ever was a Heisman. I think he was a 2-time Heisman. Super nice guy and everything, but he didn't have the size. Yeah. I felt sorry for whoever recruited him in the professional. Ray did a better job than him. And I'm kind of mad because I went to meet Archie once back in his heyday, and when I got there, Ray was there. And I like Ray. And I met Cornelius Green and someone else. Gay Mans. So Florida's passing a law. It's the Don't Say Gay law. Interesting booth there. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Some inlaid. That's a $500 bench. And look at the inlay in this. This looks almost Cuban. Why did I say that? It's cherry. That's Japan. It's $125. So much talking here. Native American. They all kind of look like they belong together. I should know who that one is. Little Bear, I guess not. Cree. Little Bear from the Cree tribe. Yep, really rusty on my Chiefs. And some of them are that great of jobs that look like them. The same person, and people were like that too. They look different, especially women, one day to another. Yeah, we need to go look through here. I'm not sure what all's. Some hand tools. Interesting. $30 on this one. That looks kind of familiar style of the chair. It's a big piece there. There's a $190 number 2 frog. Pretty large spread on the valuation of those in there. And yeah, just stuffed with old toys and stuff. Whole row of banks. It smells like medicine. $75 milk bottle. Another one. Columbus, Ohio. Washington Courthouse, Ohio. $35 thermometer. Oven thermometer or some, I'm not sure. Bylaws and Constitution. Green International of Locomotive Engineers. They must have had good eyes back then to have a little book like that to read. Now, we had some of these laying around. They got $40 on that one. Dave and Buster's. That can't be old. $20. Stolen from Dave and Buster's. Back in the corner of the antique mall, there's a pink hard shell over here at 100. Oh, you think that's makeup? Vintage Samsonite hot pink. Stuff's worth some money, isn't it? Wow. And 46 on the green one for some reason. They look like they're brand new too. Very clean and no odor. And some more cool fur here, man. Some non-PC fur. Some alligator, you thinking there? Yep. Very cool vintage clothing and luggage even over here. 195. I think you get all three for that. That one looks like a special case. The shape of it. But I wanted to show these. Is this fox? Little throws. Half. That's what my aunt, she had the whole coat, and that's why that was a big deal. And it took very special care, like a pet. The orange one's at 72. And yeah, that one definitely looks like for records, or curlers, or makeup, or something special. Yeah, so some beautiful vintage clothing, among other things, down at the end of the row. Rippy, thanks for watching.